So if you're moving to Atlanta and you're considering living in Buckhead, one area that you may have heard of is Buckhead Village. If you haven't, don't worry, I'm going to show you all around this little neighborhood. It's very walkable. So let's get into it. Let's talk all about living in Buckhead Village right now. Hey there, my name is Molly. Now, if you've watched any of my previous videos of Buckhead, I've shown part of Buckhead Village before, but I'm going to give you a bigger tour of it, more in depth. So if you've missed those videos, don't worry, I got you covered. And hey, if you want to follow along, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can follow about everything I post about living in the Atlanta area. And hit me up if you're making a move here and you need further help with your home search. Shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email. Let's have a discussion. We can talk about places that you may like, you may not like. We can find a place that fits your lifestyle and your budget. Okay, so I'm here in Buckhead Village, and more precisely, I am in the shops of Buckhead. That's probably the most well-known part of this neighborhood. Let me put up a map so you can see where exactly this is at. It's just a small little area in the Buckhead area. It's very walkable, and it is bounded by Peachtree Road, Far Road, and Piedmont Road. So I'm going to basically weave in and out of this area. So if you're thinking about maybe you want to live here or maybe close to here, you know what this is about. I'd say people come to visit here. If you like high-end shopping, you can definitely get that done here at the shops at Buckhead. Now, I've posted some videos like Midtown versus Buckhead, precisely like living in a condo, and I kind of had said I think Midtown's a little bit more walkable than Buckhead. Some of you barked back at me and said, no, Buckhead's walkable. Well, yes, I think if you live here over in the Buckhead Village area, that is very walkable. Remember, Buckhead in general is a very spread out big area, so not all of it is walkable, but if you kind of live in this cluster, yes, you can definitely walk to restaurants. There's lots of restaurants, lots of shopping, and you can get over to grocery stores pretty easily. So I'll tell you more about all of that. There are plenty of apartment buildings here, some condo buildings, so we'll talk about that further. But first, let me show you shops at Buckhead, because this is where all the high-end shopping is done. I will never shop here. This is just not my kind of shopping. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's beautiful, but not in my budget. So let me show you around. There are some fabulous restaurants in here, of course, high-end shopping, and just a nice, pleasant place to walk around. Okay, full confession, I had to stop and get a cappuccino over there at St. Germain's. My kids have just not been sleeping at night, so I need the extra caffeine boost. But okay, so I want to take you just right here. It's right off of Peachtree Road. If you hopped over the street, you're technically not in Buckhead Village anymore, but there are more places to get a bite to eat, some good restaurants. There's a bar, some bars, there is a Whole Foods. So if you're wanting to do Whole Food shopping, you certainly could walk a couple blocks and hit that up. There's also some cute boutique stores over there as well. Lucy's is another little place I love hitting up for gifts. It's a cute little store. So definitely more over there. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that today, but just know that there is some more shopping across the street. I forgot to mention, it probably looked a little dead at the shops at Buckhead because I'm filming this on a Thursday morning, so things haven't really gotten started yet. Here I am walking on the perimeter of Buckhead Village on Peachtree Road. You can see it's pretty busy, lots of cars. That's Restoration Hardware right behind me. and they tore down an old cheesecake factory, and I don't know what they're going to build there, but my guess is it's going to be more apartments. And you'll see that's a common theme of what I talk about today, is they're building a lot of apartments. But right behind the Restoration Hardware, they are actually going to be breaking ground and building a luxury condo unit with 17 stories. So that is like the new exciting thing that will bring more luxury condos to the market, and by the same builder as the builder that built J5 over in Midtown. So we'll see what happens with that and what the price point is. But let me walk around the corner here on Far Road. I'm going to show you a condo building, talk about some apartments. We'll go from there. So I just am walking down Far Road, and this is a very fast moving road as well, and not a lot of traffic going on right now, but believe me, they do fly down this road. I just walked past the big giant fish, that's the Atlanta Fish Market, and right across the street is a condo building. It's called the Eclipse. It was built in 2004, 352 units, 21 floors. I'd say on average price point is going to be anywhere from $270 to $465. And you're going to find a lot more kind of cement in the walls and the units. I don't know why they built them like that, but you'll see like walls in the rooms where it's like a full cement, or maybe the ceiling is cement. But they did do like a fresh remodel of all of the common areas. So, you know, the lobby, the gym, pool, all of that kind of got a facelift. So that's one great thing. And I'm going to keep walking down just around the corner. If you have a dog, you're wondering, can I live in this Buckhead Village area? Yes, you can. Here's one place you can take your dog. It is called Fetch. Let me show you that real quick and how close it is, especially to Eclipse, but basically anywhere you live in this neighborhood, you can get over to Fetch really easily. So that's Fetch, really cool, chill place that you can bring your dog, let them run around. You can get a drink yourself. Behind me, this is kind of like the edge of the shops at Buckhead. Right there, that is an apartment building. It is called the Residence Buckhead Atlanta. Prices range, I looked on their website, $1,900 to $3,200 a month. Now, I am no rental expert. I don't handle a lot of rentals. But that is kind of the going rate over here in the Buckhead area, or the Buckhead Village area rather. If you're wondering about parking, you know, there's plenty of parking garages around here, so you can definitely park in a parking garage. You are going to have to pay. Otherwise, there's really nowhere else to park. But let me get back onto Far Road. I have a couple more things I wanted to point out on this road, and then I'll kind of interweave back in and out. So come along. So you have a little few shops behind me. I love Savvy Provisions for kind of a quick snack. And then Sugar Crow, that's like a nail place. I've been there. They do a fantastic job. Now I want to point out something across the street here on Far Road. You're going to see all of these boarded up buildings, and you're thinking, oh my God, what's going on here? Well, this is all going to be torn down because there is going to be a new luxury apartment building complex taking up the whole block. The Chevron station is going to stay, but everything else is going to be removed. It's going to be a new apartment building with retail on the bottom. And I read online that they project that this will be done by 2025. Rents are going to be anywhere from $2,800 up to $5,200 for a 3-bedroom unit. So ooh, that is getting expensive. You guys, if you're spending that much money, might as well just buy a condo or a house. You'd have the same mortgage. Anyway, this is going to be torn down and replacing this. So, you know, this is just one of the several projects that are going to be happening right here in the Buckhead Village area. In fact, let me keep walking. I'll tell you about a few more. quick note, I'm turning onto Grandview off of Far Road, and you can see there's an MAA Buckhead apartment complex, and across the street an Alexan Buckhead apartment complex. And I'm walking up just about a block, and they're building some more luxury apartment condo buildings. Let me walk up a ways and I'll tell you about them. Okay, side note, if you need a place to board your dog, if you're leaving town, you could go drop them off right here at this doggy daycare area. But what I really want to talk to you about is right behind me. You're going to see two vacant lots right here. You may hear some beeping in the background or a crane going off because they are starting construction on not one, but two different luxury apartments. The one closest to me is going to be a 20-story luxury apartment building. It's going to be made of timber. They're going to have a big retail space on the bottom with a nice coffee shop. And then across the street on the other side of East Pacey's Ferry, this is at 340 East Pacey's Ferry, another apartment building that's 22 stories high. It'll have 483 luxury apartment units. You know, one concern is, you see this building right behind me. This is Pacey's 325. This is an actual condo building. It was built in 2004. There are 22 floors, 206 units, and I'd say the price point is anywhere from $280,000 to up to $500,000. I've seen some units in here. Some have been renovated really nice. Some are a little bit more dated. They've renovated all the common areas. They've got a gym. They've got a nice pool. They've got a tennis court. So all of that good stuff. A nice fancy lobby area as well. But one concern is, you know, if I buy a unit in there with these new apartment buildings going up, is it going to block my view? Well, yeah, it could. You know, I'm not going to lie about that. But I think with these luxury apartment units coming up, I think the value for these condo units, it may still help the value here, just because, you know, there's not a lot of other condos to choose from, especially here in the Buckhead Village area. And this is a much more affordable price point for condos. So I don't think it's going to have an impact on like driving the price down by any means, just because you can't really find condo units much cheaper in that nice of a condition. So there you go. That's the scoop on these developments that are happening right here in the Buckhead Village area. Now, one thing I get asked is like, hey, can I walk to Chastain Park from here? Well, you know, it depends on how far you like to walk. So, you know, where I was just at by that Pacey's 325 condo building, if I walk there to Chastain Park on the very southern end of Chastain Park, which isn't where all of the amenities are, that's about a 2-mile walk, and it is a treacherous walk. It's not comfortable, it's noisy, lots of traffic. You have to cross over Roswell Road, which is really busy, and let me just say, you don't see a lot of pedestrians walking there. So while you could, I think you're going to want to drive a car. Now, I will take you over to a park that is closer by. It doesn't have walking trails or anything like that, but if you're just craving a little bit of green space, that is certainly a place that you could go. I'm right here off of East Pacey's Ferry Road. I'm kind of heading back towards the shops at Buckhead. I want to tell you about one more condo building that is here in the neighborhood. That's more of a luxury building, and it is right behind me. I'll just turn around right here so you can see. This is called the Charles. It was built in 2019, so relatively new for this area. It is 57 units, 18 stories high, and the recent sales sold anywhere from 2.3 up to 5.3 million. That was for a penthouse unit, the 5.3 one. So as you can see, luxury units, luxury pricing. I have been in a couple of these units. The decks are beautiful, and you can get some great views of the Buckhead area. Okay, let me head up and go this way, and I'm gonna walk on Peachtree Street so you can kind of see what that vibe is like. It's busy, but I'm just gonna take you through there, because you know, if you do live here and you wanna walk to a few things, there is like a Trader Joe's that you could walk to. There is an Aldi's, there's some restaurants. So let me keep heading up over on Peachtree. We'll walk towards kind of the mall area. Fayette Farm. It is a staple here in the Buckhead area. A lot of people go here for an easy, nice lunch, think sandwiches, salads, that kind of thing. Let me keep going. That Storico Fresco is a very popular Italian place, very good. Now this whole shopping area where Dancing Goats is at, the Sephora, just FYI, this parking lot is hideous to park in. It's always full. So make sure wherever you park, if you find something kind of off the street, make sure you can pay there because you can get booted. So I'm walking here along Peachtree Street, and you're going to just see that it is definitely a busy road, lots of traffic. I'm going to duck back into a road here, but if you cross the street right here, this is at Peachtree and Maple Drive. There's another little shopping center with the Marshalls. There was an old Kroger, they called it Disco Kroger. It is torn down and it's going to be replaced by a new Publix, I think coming September of 2024. So if you're not like a Trader Joe's shopper all the time, like I like shopping at Trader Joe's or Whole Foods, but that's not like, I need a real grocery store sometimes. I just need all of it in one place. So if you're wanting a big major chain grocery store, that one will be your closest one, that Publix coming in September of 2024. So if you kept going just another block, you're gonna be kind of in the main heart of Buckhead with all of the malls, more restaurants. Now, if you lived over in Buckhead Village and you wanted to get over to the mall, that would be about a 1.3 mile walk. The MARTA station's over there. That's about a 1 mile walk. So you could, in theory, be walking over there. After a while, that would get kind of old in my opinion. But hey, if you're coming from New York and you're used to walking everywhere, maybe it's not a big deal. But I really just do not like walking on Peachtree. It's not an enjoyable walk. Lots of traffic, and I feel like people don't really watch out for the pedestrians much at all. So that's just my personal take. Now, if you lived in Buckhead, especially Buckhead Village, and walk there all the time, you're probably used to it. I am not, so that's just my personal experience. I'm coming up on the Camden Buckhead apartments. Now, these online, they looked a little bit more affordable. I will say this is a little more set back from all of the main apartments and condo buildings there over in the shops at Buckhead. Now, a studio, according to online, starts in the $1,359 range. A one bedroom is $1,600, and two bedrooms start at the $2,000 mark. Across the street, you get kind of this really old building. I think it's just some old office space that people are leasing out. But down at the end of this block is one restaurant that I just really, really love here in the Buckhead area. Let me show it to you. Okay, this is one of my favorite Buckhead restaurants, Aria. It's been here for a long, long time. Really good service, really good food. It's a must try here in the Buckhead area. It's right off of East Pacey's Ferry Road. I'm walking back on Far Road from the eastern side of Buckhead Village, and I will say, if you want to be more in the vibe and the scene of more restaurants and shops and stuff, you definitely want to be living on the west side of Buckhead Village, not the east side. It's a lot more dead, just more kind of older business office buildings. Now there is one more apartment complex. It's huge. It is called the Bryant Studios start at $1,488 per month, and a 1-bedroom $1,766, 2-bedroom $2,000. Of course, it can go up from there, but there's just one more apartment complex here in the Buckhead Village area. And I'm coming up on, I promised you, a park that you could walk to and get some green space, because I will be honest with you, Buckhead Village is definitely a lot of cement and pavement. But you could hop across the street on Far Road and you're basically in Garden Hills. And I have a whole vlog tour of this neighborhood. Great neighborhood to walk to, by the way, or walk through if you're just wanting some more like pedestrian calmness. Garden Hills is a beautiful neighborhood, but you can come over here to Bagley Park, and then it's also called Frankie Allen Park. I'm not for sure why there's two names, but there's some tennis courts, a little bit of playground equipment. The main thing here are baseball fields. This is where Buckhead baseball is played, so you're gonna have a lot of families that are coming here to have games, practices, that kind of thing. So I would say, you know, it's not like walking trails per se, but if you're just wanting some green grass, maybe you have a dog, want to get some fresh air, feel like you're in a park, just hop over Far Road. You're gonna be right here, and you certainly can get that in this park. Okay, I've never actually walked to the end of this park, so I was curious to see what it is. It really is just kind of this road and some green space on each side. You know, it's a nice change of pace from Buckhead Village. So there you go, guys. That's my tour of Buckhead Village. What did you think? Is it for you? Yes, no? I mean, it's not for everybody, but you definitely can have that walkable lifestyle if you live near Buckhead Village. If anything else, I mean, it's a great place to go have a really nice dinner out. So there you go. That's the tour of the Buckhead Village area. If you're thinking about making a move here, whether that's tomorrow or next year, and you want to talk further about your home search, make sure you reach out to me. Shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email. Don't be shy. I am here to help you out. But you guys, if you see me out in the wild, make sure you say hello. And now it's time for me to rest my feet. I got some good steps today. So thanks for watching, you guys. Until next time, I'll see you around the neighborhood.